Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to our final Friday episode from Spain. Don't worry, I know you thought I was going to say our final Steptoe and Son, but no, we're fine. We've got a few more of those to go. But this is our final week in Spain, and we're going to be heading back to the UK. It'll be nice just to get back to home and back to a bit of normality. Now then, huge thank you for joining me once again for a regular late night visit to those dusty studio archives of old-time radio shows right here for the final Friday of this summer in beautiful Costa Calada. I'm Brett, I'm your host for our Nighttime podcast. Welcome to another episode. I've got Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. They're all called Brett's Old Time Radio Show. And if you could follow me there, it'd be brilliant. We've also got a supporter page and your support would be just amazing. That's at patreon.com/Brett's Old Time Radio Show. Time now for our latest episode of Steptoe and Son. I should dedicate this particular episode of Steptoe and Son to Steve Lane Cartwright, who dropped me a line to point out a couple of inconsistencies that we had in last week's episode. Thanks for that, Steve. This one's called A Winter's Tale, and it was first broadcast on the 16th of June, 1974.
We now present another episode in a radio series based on the world-famous BBC comedy success, Steptoe and Son. With Wilfred Bramble as Albert and Harry H. Corbett as Harold. This week, A Winter's Tale.
Dad? Dad? Are you in? Dad? I'm home, Dad! Marry me, little monkey. Oh, Jesus. Pinky, pinky, I don't believe it. He's having a shower.
Here! What's your game? Close them curtains.
I'm terribly sorry, Dad. I forgot. I completely forgot. I mean, it went right out of my mind.
What are you talking about?
I haven't brought you a present.
Prison? What for?
Your birthday, of course. I've forgotten. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Not
father.
my birthday.
Not your birthday? Oh, come on, Dad, it's got to be. You're having a wash. Happy birthday, dear father.
Very funny. I can have a wash if I want.
Well, you never used my shower cabinet before.
I've never had half a ton of soot fall on me before. I was sweeping the chimney. And flipping birds.
You're lucky it was only soot. Well, now you're in there, how do you like it?
That's all right.
Later. I don't want you to think that I'm interfering, but I think it would be more efficacious if you was to take your underpants off.
I'm not taking my underpants off for anybody. Somebody might come in.
Oh, Dad, no.
What?
You've got the washing up in there. But we got to eat off of those.
No, there's no use in wasting good hot water. Yeah, hot water put in here, but not down in the kitchen where I need it.
It's the one that you haven't got your laundry in with you, or your rubber plants. Come on, out of there. That's my shower. I'm not having dirty old men a-bluting in it.
I did not a-bloot in it.
Come on out, come on out. You'll be like Southend with the tide out by the time you've finished. We'll be able to breed a few thousand lugworms in there.
I'm nearly finished. It's good, isn't it? Better than the old tin bath. How much did it cost?
Not much. 180 quid.
180 quid just to have a wash? You want your brains tested. How much is that a wash?
Well, that depends on how much you uses it. If it was yours, it would cost you 90 quid a time. But as it's mine, and I uses it twice a day, practically nothing. In any case, I got a grant from the council on account of we're on the list as a deprived family. Now I know the ropes, I'm going to clobber them next year for an indoor carsy. And the money I get from that, I'm going to put it towards my holiday.
Holiday?
You coming out of there?
I won't be long. I ain't done me privates yet.
Ooh, good. I'm surprised you're taking a chance having a shower. Seeing the effect that film Psycho had upon you.
What do you mean? mean?
Well, supposing I was an homicidal maniac and I crept in here while you was in the shower and I took out my great big meat hook like this. And I crept up to the shower and I pulled back the curtains and...
Go away, get out, go away!
Your underpants wouldn't be much protection then, would they?
Don't stop playing about.
Nobody would know. The blood would all run away down the plug hole.
Stop it, Harold, it's not funny.
It's a perfect opportunity to get rid of you. I could disappear without a trace. And then, when there was about 200 bottles of milk on the doorstep, the police would break in, and what would they find? A bloodless corpse lying on the floor of the shower bath, surrounded by the washing up and rubber plants. Strange ritual in Shepherd's Bush junkyard. Inspector Lestrade says this man was a human sacrifice. He's on the trail of a gang of witches. They bury you in unconsecrated ground. Dong, 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 dong.
You're Downey. You gone round the twist.
What did you say?
Nothing. Let me out, Harold. I've got to get your tea ready. I've got some lovely tea for you. Would you like a mixed grill?
Yeah.
With kidneys? And I'll go down to the Chinese restaurant and get some takeaway spare ribs, crispy noodles.
You're frightened, ain't you? Look at you. You got a big shake on, haven't you? Come on out. Dry yourself. You'll catch pneumonia. Come on downstairs in front of the fire. I bet you're cold now. All them layers of dirt has gone. It's like shedding your winter skin. You were scared silly then, weren't you? You're petrified of dying, you are.
Of course I am.
I can't think why. You've had your 70 years and 10. You're living on borrowed time as it is. I can't understand why you want to hang on. I don't know why you just don't turn it in and have done with it.
I'll see you off, mate. I'm in better nick than you are. I'll throw the first handful of dirt down on you, don't worry.
Yeah, you probably will at that. Ooh. I've no desire to hang about as long as you have. I can't see what enjoyment you gets out of it. You got no teeth. You can't chew your meat, your eyes are going numb, you're too old for a bit of nookie.
Who is?
You is. I can't see why you bother. In a well-organised, less sentimental society, you would have been put down. Or if you don't fancy that, you could go in for the old cryogenics.
What's that?
Well, when you conk out, they bung you in a deep freeze, like they're doing in America. Then in 100 years' time, or so, when they found a cure for all the things that's been wrong with you, they open the drawer, warm you up, and Bob's your uncle. Alive in the year 2070. Albert Steptoe, the interplanetary junkman. Oh, the first totter on Mars. Here he comes, hurtling through space with a rocket full of rubbish. 100 hours estimated splashdown on Clapham Common Pond, Splash. What do you reckon? I'll put you in the fridge now if you like. I'll move the shells out.
What are you up to?
What do you mean?
I know you. Whenever you go ranting on about me being a burden and getting rid of me, it means that you want to do something and you think I'd be in the way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What holiday?
Pardon?
The money you're going to get from the council, you said you'd put it towards holiday.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
All right. I'm going on holiday.
Without me?
Well, I wouldn't put it like that. I'm just going on my own.
Without me?
Well, if you want to put that interpretation on it...
Well, what other interpretation is there? If you're not going on your own, you're going without me.
Look, I didn't think of it as going without you. I just thought of it as going on my own.
It's the same thing.
Only if you think we're indivisible, and I don't. You are you, and I am me. And I didn't even think about you.
I see. That's good, ain't it? You spend 40 years of your life bringing up a baby, and then he doesn't want to think about you.
Oh, God. I didn't think of you in terms of my holiday, that's all.
That's all right. You don't have to explain. I understand. I'm living on borrowed time, so I don't need a holiday. It's a waste of money. If I drop down dead halfway through the fortnight, we'd lose a week's lodging. Very practical.
You know very well that is not my motivation at all. In any case, I could take an insurance out. If you drop dead, I could get a rebate. It's just that where I'm going won't appeal to you. I'm not going for a restful holiday. I'm going for an athletic one.
You dirty little devil.
There are other forms of athletics.
When are you going?
Next week.
Next week? This is the middle of winter. There's nothing happening in Bognor in February.
I'm not going to Bognor.
We always go to Bognor.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to Obergurgle.
Ober what?
Gurgle.
Well, I've heard of every other place in the South Coast, but I've never heard of Obergurgle.
Well, when I say Obergurgle, I might decide to go to Switzenbrugge. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Switzenbrugge?
It's in Austria.
What do you want to go to Austria for? What's wrong with Bognor?
Dad, with all the best will in the world, it is very difficult to go skiing in Bognor at any time of the year.
Skiing? You?
Why not? I've always wanted to go on a skiing holiday. I've never been able to afford the gear. It's very pricey. So I've been collecting bits here and bits there off and around. All I was missing was my ski sticks. Then this morning, I picked up these for 15 bob. Here, look.
What are they?
Ski sticks.
They look like park keepers' waste paper sticks.
Well, they're not. They're ski sticks. See? Hans Schwitter. 1932 Olympic Games. They're professional visas, mate.
Where do you put your feet?
You don't put your feet on these. This is for your hands. I mean, this is very important if you want to... Well, if you want to move, for instance. I've got the lot now. I'm all kitted out and ready for off. Obergurgle, here I come. I'll show you my gear if you're interested. Look, here. Oh. I've got hats, sweaters, trousers, boots, and anoraks. All from some old bird whose husband was killed by an avalanche. Well, not exactly by an avalanche. Apparently, he saw it coming and he was doing 60 miles an hour down the Zug's pits. And he tried to go around both sides of a pine tree at once. Bump. Bit of luck he was my size, really. Otherwise, I shouldn't have been able to go. Look at this gear. Beautiful. I mean, she's had it all cleaned. There's not a blood stain left on it. There's 150 quid for the gear here. 50 bob the lot. Well pleased she was. It's only been worn once. And these is my means of transport. I mean, look at that workmanship. Well, feel the finish. Racing skis, these are.
They're different colours.
Well, I'm going to paint one, aren't I?
That one's longer than that one.
I'll cut a bit off it, won't I?
Well, if you want to look at Burke, it's up to you.
I'm not going to look at Burke. There won't be anybody better dressed out there than me. Not even the Aga Khan, mate.
I bet the Aga Khan won't be wearing welding goggles.
You give me them back! You had to pick on the one thing, didn't you? This is just a stopgap, that's all. I shall hire a pair of proper goggles when I gets to Obergurgle.
Obergurgle.
Here, it's a lovely place. Look, I've got a brochure. Look at that. Look. See? Mix with all the jet set. Be an international playboy. From 8 days and nights. £14.10, including airfare.
Charlie, that's going to knock a big hole in the Aga Khan's pocket. I suppose he'll be flying out from Luton with you.
Now, look here. If this derisory attitude persists, I shall have no alternative but to stuff this ski stick right up your nostril. All right? Now, where were we?
Obergurgle.
Yeah. Look at the photographs. Oh, isn't that the most beautiful place you have ever seen? The mountains, the snow, the winter sunshine. Look at them. Line out the veranda in their bikinis. Well, I can't wait to get up there amongst all that suntan rumpo.
There's plenty of rumpo over here.
I want brown rumpo, mate. There's no brown rumpo in England in February.
There's plenty around here. We're the only white family down the street.
I'm going, so you might as well get used to it. I don't get much out of life. I didn't get an holiday last year. It'll only be for 8 days and nights.
What about the business?
What business? We never do much of this time of the year. Shut the place up. Why don't you go away as well?
Where would I go?
Well, your sister's. You're always complaining you never see her. Go up and see your sister in Stoke-on-Trent.
Stoke? In February? It'll be full of tourists. I'll never get in.
Well, there's some nice countryside round here.
I'm not going to Stoke-on-Trent in February.
Ah, well, I meant my suggestion. I mean, you go where you like. Just as long as you keep away from Obergurgle.
I wouldn't be in your way.
You're not coming. Anyway, you can't. Even if I wanted you to come, you can't. And I don't. I got the last booking. There isn't an empty bed in the whole of Obergurgle.
I could sleep in yours. You're not planning to spend much time in it.
You're not coming. That's final.
You never want to take me anywhere with you these days.
What do you mean, these days? I never wanted to take you anywhere. I just can't get rid of you. This happens every year. I've never had an holiday on my own yet. The last time I went abroad on my own was to Germany with the army. And that was touch and go. You wanted to join up then. Everywhere I go, you're there. Every time I turn round, you're there. I can't go to the bloody lavatory without you waiting outside. You follow me everywhere. I mean, it's not natural.
Don't.
You do.
It's not true. Where are you going?
See? I'm going in the kitchen. You're following me.
I'm not. I want to go into the kitchen as well.
Go on then. I'll wait. You go in the kitchen, I'll wait out here.
No.
You see? You didn't want to go in the kitchen, did you? You just wanted to follow me. You see? You're doing it again.
Oh, I thought we was talking.
I know how the horse feels now. When she's sweating, it don't matter how fast she runs, she can't get rid of the flies. All I want is a fortnight on my own with no flies buzzing round me. All right.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, for two people who live as close as us, they need a break.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, even married people go on separate holidays sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. If I have a good time, I might even be glad to see you when I come back. For a few days.
I'll be glad to see you, Harold. I'm always glad to see you. I look forward to you coming home every night.
You're not coming.
No, I know.
You wouldn't like it. There's nothing out there for you. There's no whelk stalls, no knees up. Even the bingo's in German. What's the German for legs 11?
I don't know.
You see? You'd never get a full house. You'd be miserable.
Yeah. Well, don't you worry about it. You go and enjoy yourself. Never mind about me. I'll be all right.
I'll send you a card.
Don't bother, son. Put me right out of your mind. It'll do you good. Don't worry about me. I won't be on my own. I'll go down to the cemetery and sit with your mother.
Look, I'll tell you what. I'll go on my own this year and I'll see what it's like. Then once I've learnt all the wrinkles, I'll take you over there next year.
Yeah, or the year after.
I mean it.
I know you do. I look forward to it. Oh, well, I'll go to my room. I don't suppose you want me down here irritating you.
Dad, there's no need to be like that.
Like what?
Well, you know, irritating.
Oh, no, you've made it quite clear, Harold. You'll be off next week. I'll try and keep out of your way between then and now. Good night. See you tomorrow, if we happen to bump into each other.
He's not coming. He's not coming. Well, that's that. What do you think of it?
Oh, it's all right. What is it?
It's a practice piste.
A what?
A piste. That's a French for ski slope. Piste.
Oh.
That's for beginners. So I can get a bit of practice before I get onto the real stuff. I built it myself.
I can see that.
Yeah, you see? See, it's like a ramp. Now, from the stable roof down into the yard. It's fiberglass service. It's covered in axle grease. I climbed on the stable roof and I can ski down it lovely.
You could go down to the park and use the kids' slide.
Yeah, I thought of that. It's too narrow. This'll do for what I want.
Very nice. How does the horse get out?
Oh, yes. Oh, well, it's only for the weekend. I mean, she don't go out on weekends. I'll take it down on Monday. Well, I've got to practice, Dad. I've never done this before. It's a very arduous sport. You've got to be really fit. I mean, I've got to get my muscles tuned up. Well, I don't want to be knackered on my first day there, do I? You must admit, it's a beautiful piece of engineering.
Waste of money. You could have practiced down the stairs.
Don't be ridiculous. The skis are longer than the stairs.
You used to when you was little. You used to come down on your mother's best Sunday tea tray, pretending you was a bobslayer.
Did I really?
Yeah. And then, I remember one winter, I brought you a pair of ice skates on from the round. And they all had a leak, and when it froze over, you went out skating all over the yard.
Yes. Not exactly St. Moritz, was it?
No, I can't see the Aga Khan skating on that. And now you're going out there to do the real thing, eh? Times have changed.
Oh, yes. Winter holidays is no longer the prerogative of the rich. Everybody's at it. The mountainsides is dotted all over with the working classes these days. Not that I hope to meet any of them where I'm going. Well, I'll just put my skis on again. Here, read that ski plan brochure out to me again, Dad. You know, page 9.
A day in the life of a ski bird. 9 o'clock. Leap out of bed and survey view. White slopes glisten enticingly under the morning sun. Super party last night.
Yeah, go on.
10 o'clock. Crunch over crisp snow to ski class. Big hello from my ski instructor, Hans. He's really something. There you are. You won't get a look in.
Well, he can't have them all, can he? I mean, he's got to think about his job. I mean, you can't have a shagged-out ski instructor. He wouldn't last 5 minutes, would he?
2 o'clock. Big moment this afternoon. I skied down the mountain for the first time. Hans made it all so easy.
Don't keep on about hands. Get to the meat.
4 o'clock. Après-ski begins.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's where it all happens. The afternoon booze-up. That's where you sort them all out.
Lots of natter over yummy, sticky cakes and hot chocolate.
Oh, yes.
We have that down on Monday night in the Derby and Joan Club.
It's not quite the same. Get on with it.
Get invited by David. He's a TV executive or something. To join him after dinner on a moonlight sleigh ride.
Oh, jingle bells. Whoa, it sounds marvellous, don't it? I shall have some of that.
Yeah. And then they'll rewrite it for next year. Got invited by Harold. I think he's a rag and bone man. Yeah, you got no chance, mate.
Look, on holiday, everybody's equal. Well, I'm not telling them that I'm a rag and bone man. Oh, I shall be a pop group manager or advertising or something. I'll suss it out when I get there.
2 a.m. Fell sleepily into bed.
Yes, that's it. That's the bit. That's it.
2 a.m. You're joking. You won't last till then. You'll be snoring in a chair before the telly ends.
Not out there. Not with that fresh air. What? The snow round my chalet will be melted after the first night. Right. Here we go. Oh, yes. They're a perfect fit. They're really very comfortable. I think I'm ready for a practice run now.
You're going to climb up the ladder with the skis on?
Yes. Well, it would be better if I put them on when I got on the roof, wouldn't it?
It's up to you.
I'll take them off. Of course, at Albuquerque, you goes up the mountain in a ski lift.
Well, I didn't think they had a dirty great ladder leaning up against it. Go on, up you go.
Peter, would you pass my skis up, please?
Yeah. There you go.
Now, you can see now why I didn't want to take you. It's a very dangerous sport. It's not for old men.
You better put your goggles on. You don't want to get the sun in your eyes or the snow either.
Right. Thank you. Here we go. Mind out! Mind out! Oh,
taxi's here. I'm off then. I'm sorry you can't come with me. It's a bit difficult going down the Cresta Run with a broken leg. Shame to waste the ticket. I didn't like the stuff you had, so I went to Harrods and got this lot. Well, have a nice rest. It's funny. I've heard of people breaking their legs once they get there, but not before they've left. Well, I don't like to leave you on your own, really.
But you're going to.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you'll be all right.
I'll manage.
You should have somebody to look after you. Why don't you go up to my sister in Stoke? There's some lovely countryside round there.
Go on, get out of it! I'll kill you! Go on, get out!
Well, I'll see you when you get back. I'll send you a card as soon as I get to Obergurgle. Cheerio.
Cheerio. Wait. Now, don't go mad at it. Don't go on them steep runs. They're very dangerous. Now, you go out on the piste first.
I intend to, mate. Every night. See you in 8 days.
Hello? Would you get me Stoke-on-Trent, 584 370? Thank you. What do you mean the lines is all engaged? I don't care if they've got a festival of Stoke. How can there be that many tourists in Stoke? I mean, please, Oh, hang on.
You've been listening to Wilfred Bramble and Harry H. Corbett as Steptoe and Son. Written and adapted for radio by Ray Galton and Alan Simpson, and produced by Bobby J.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed our latest episode of Steptoe and Son. And don't forget, we're going to be back tomorrow with another adventure from yours truly, John Dollar, going live at 5 p.m. GMT. You can email me on brettorchard.co.uk, and you can show us your support, and we'd really love your support at patreon.com/Brett's Old Time Radio Show. Thanks for listening. I'll be with you 7 days a week, each and every week, and I'll see you tomorrow on Brett's Old Time Radio Show. Love you. Bye.